Explain the differences between spark and compression ignition engines. We know that spark ignition engine is the engine in which combustion takes place with the help of a spark produced by the spark plug. Here, combustion is a constant volume process. Also, we know that compression ignition engine is the engine in which combustion takes place with the help of the heat of compression. Here, combustion is a constant pressure process. The key parameters used for comparing the two engines are basic cycle, type of fuel, injection of fuel, ignition process, compression ratio, speed, thermal efficiency, and weight. Now let us compare spark and compressed engines on these parameters one by one. Spark ignition engine works on the basis of Otto cycle or constant volume heat addition cycle, whereas compressed ignition engine works on the basis of diesel cycle or constant pressure heat addition cycle. Spark ignition engine uses petrol as the working fuel. Petrol is a highly volatile fuel and has a high self-ignition temperature, whereas compressed ignition engine uses diesel as the working fuel. Diesel is a non-volatile fuel and has a low self-ignition temperature. In spark ignition engine, a mixture of air and fuel is introduced in the suction stroke. Thus, it consists of a carburetor for mixing the air and fuel. Whereas in compressed ignition engine, fuel is injected directly into the combustion chamber at high pressure. Thus, it consists of a fuel pump and a fuel injector. In spark ignition engine, ignition process is carried out with the help of a spark plug, which ignites the compressed air-fuel mixture. Whereas in compressed ignition engine, self-ignition occurs due to high temperature of air because of high compression. Here, spark plug and ignition system are not required. In spark ignition engine, compression ratio varies from 6 to 10. Here, upper limit of the compression ratio is determined by anti-knock quality of the fuel. Whereas in compressed ignition engine, compression ratio varies from 16 to 20. Here, upper limit of the compression ratio is determined by weight increase of the engine. Spark ignition engines are high-speed engines due to their lightweight and homogeneous combustion, whereas compressed ignition engines are low-speed engines due to their heavy weight and heterogeneous combustion. Due to lower compression ratio, maximum value of thermal efficiency is lower in spark ignition engines, whereas due to higher compression ratio, maximum value of thermal efficiency is higher in compressed ignition engines. Spark ignition engines are generally lighter in weight due to lower peak pressures, whereas compressed ignition engines are generally heavier in weight due to higher peak pressures. Related terms are